What's up, guys? I'm Johnny Fandom, and I'm here to talk about all things fandom, such as Disney, Star Wars, One Piece, Harry Potter, whatever it may be, whatever your fandom of choice may be. I possibly have a video for you at the moment, or I'll have a video for you in the future. But thanks for coming along. Make sure you like button and that subscribe button, and let's get into today's video, because today we are talking about something very special, something very cool that we all know, or we think we know, and that is the Pixar Theory. And if you don't know what the Pixar Theory is, it is the theory that all Pixar movies are combined into one giant timeline, starting with Brave and ending with Monsters, Inc. and possibly Good Dinosaur, depending on how you want to look at the timeline. And I'm going to go over a brief history of that timeline, but I'm also going to I'm also going to discuss my Pixar Theory, which is not the Pixar Theory of the timeline. It is the Pixar Theory that I had discussed briefly in another video that came out when the Buzz Lightyear film came out, and that it basically breaks the Pixar Theory, in my opinion. So this is going to be my version of the Pixar Theory. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So, the Pixar Theory starts off with the Good Dinosaur, in this alternate universe not far from our own, where the meteor never strikes the Earth, creating these domesticated dinosaurs that develop technology and interact with other beings and domesticate chickens and stuff. So, they evolve more in this universe. And then we get to Brave, and Brave happened, but we see the witch in Brave having magical doors and a carving of Sully. So it's believed that the witch from Brave is none other than Boo from Monsters, Inc., which is made the complete circle around, creating this whole memory of Sully at the beginning of the time, which the Pixar Theory itself is created off of memory, and memory charges everything within the Pixar universe, so that the memory never dies in that complete circle of the universe. It's a whole big thing. If you really want to understand that Pixar Theory in general, go check out Super Coen Brothers. They have a great outline of the Pixar Theory. However, my Pixar Theory is different, because we have to figure out what is real and what is fake. What actually happened and what actually didn't. What actually is visual and what is possibly seen in the movie theater. Or on Disney Plus in our case. Anyway, let's get right into it. First thing I want to say is the first film in that my Pixar Theory would be Toy Story, because it's the first film that we ever got, and it's the first film that I grew up with and really touched my heart as a child and made me love Disney the way I do today. So, Andy takes place in the real world, in our Earth. Maybe an alternate universe from our own, but within a universe of Earth. He is a kid that plays with toys, and we know the whole story of Woody's Roundup being a show from, way before he was born. Maybe his father. I actually have a video talking about that, which also Super Coen Brothers video do have a video talking about that, because I kind of took the idea from them, so I want to give them credit for that as well. Anyway, that Woody would possibly be Andy's father's toy that was passed down to him, because you notice we don't see Andy's father in the story. Anyway, I have a video about that too, but we're not talking about that right now. I am going on a ramble. So, Andy is a kid that plays with toys. And when he sees a new toy on the TV, Buzz Lightyear, the greatest hero made action figure.
Buzz Lightyear!
figure. Every kid wants it. Andy wants it, and he gets it. And he gets it, and it's possibly his favorite toy at this point. So, with the whole Toy Story franchise taking place in that time period, and also we have Toy Story 2 with the Zurg and the video games and everything else, it's definitely a world-building experience for Andy. So we have the Buzz Lightyear film that came out. And it's physically stated in the film, this is the movie that Andy would have seen with his friends and be like, yo, that's awesome, Buzz Lightyear was so cool, and they made an action figure of him. Such as us buying an Iron Man action figure from, comic books back in the day, but we see Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, we buy an Iron Man action figure that looks like Robert Downey Jr. That's very similar to what this Buzz Lightyear toy was. So the Buzz Lightyear film is not in reality. The 4 Toy Story movies are within reality. Are within the reality of life itself. And we do know this quite a bit because throughout the Pixar films, we see lots of advertisements of B&L. Now, B&L is a big advertisement company that creates lots of things such as batteries and other technology. It is very similar to us having Apple products. I'm sure if Apple was around, making as much stuff as they do today, such as iPhones, iPods, everything else, they would have made batteries. And they would have had Apple logo on the batteries, such as Duracell batteries. So, they're very prevalent in the reality, but they're also very prevalent in the non-reality because of you watching a movie and seeing McDonald's or seeing Chuck E. Cheese or whatever it may be, your favorite company in the film makes it that much cooler. It's like, hey, I know that product. That's cool. It's called advertising. So, of course, movies are going to advertise such things as technology companies or fast food joints or whatever it may be. Hence why we see the Pizza Planet truck in every single other film. But we'll get back to that because I still need to discuss what films are reality, which films are not reality. So we see the Pizza Planet truck obviously in the reality of Toy Story, but then we see it also in the reality of other films, and we also see it not in the reality of other films. If this is making sense to you. I know I'm kind of rambling on and going in circles here, but it's a little complicated, but I want to make sure we tie this down. So, the next film that would be in reality, I would say, would be Inside Out. Inside Out is about Riley, who is a young girl going through the emotions, trying to figure her everyday life out. And we see the emotions in her head help her through the day. I would feel like that would be just a normal thing. I would see this being in a film or movie. This would be just a young girl just thinking to herself in her mind on what she has to go through and all these emotions. So, Inside Out and Toy Story both take place in the reality. I would also say that Finding Nemo is kind of a weird one. It's kind of in between because it could definitely be a movie because we don't know what happens to those fish in reality. So Finding Nemo could potentially be a movie that Andy or Riley both saw as kids, but it can also be reality because we see the real world in the streets, and we see the Pizza Planet truck making deliveries in Australia, and whatever else. Even Finding Dory, we see the Pizza Planet truck. We see all the stuff. So that could be potentially reality as well as a possible movie. So that one's like an in between the spectrum. Before we go into this further, I want to take a quick shout out to our sponsor for today's video, which is Mythical Meats Jerky. Mythical Meats makes phenomenal flavored jerky of exotic meats named after mythical creatures. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, Dungeons and Dragons fan, or just a mythical creature loving dude in general, go check out mythicalbeast.com, use coupon code FANDOM, and save yourself 10% off your order today for only a limited time. So Mythical Meats has great flavors such as Dragon, which is a spicy Cajun alligator, which is phenomenal. Then we also have Centaur, which is a camel jerky. So if you want to try something new and you want to get camel jerky you never had before, go to mythicalbeast.com, use coupon code FANDOM, and save yourself 10%. That's spicy. That's good though. Save yourself 10% off your order today for a limited time. If you have a friend who is a Harry Potter fan or a Mythical Beast fan, get them this for their birthday. They would love it. It is so cool. They have a ton of flavors on there, such as Elf, Minotaur, Basilisk. They got a ton of it. Go check them out today at mythicalbeast.com. Let's get back to today's video. So, the next film I want to talk about, I'm not going to take your order, just so you know. I just want to start off with Toy Story because that's like the holding point of this universe. Next, I want to talk about Cars. Cars is obviously a film that Andy would have seen. Just like we saw it in theaters, Andy saw it in theaters, Riley saw it in theaters, if they're into that. I don't know if they'd be into that much. But we do know that Lightning McQueen and the Cars franchise is a film, and they had merchandise out in the world. Because Finding Dory, who was also in that same realm of reality, of possibility, we see the driver of that movie with a Band-Aid with Lightning McQueen on it. So that Lightning McQueen could be just from that movie, just like you get Mickey Mouse, and you probably even buy the Lightning McQueen Band-Aids as well. Same way. So we have Toy Story, Inside Out, Finding Nemo / Finding Dory in reality, and we have Buzz Lightyear and Cars in entertainment reality. I'll put it that way. In the film world, such as I'm talking about films right now. Next film we're going to talk about is Up. Up is a difficult one because it has I'll come back to Up. Let's go to WALL-E. WALL-E is no doubt in my mind a futuristic film of a apocalyptical post-apocalyptic of what could become. Just like we have futuristic films such as Terminator, or things like that, or apocalyptic wars in the future. Very similar. So WALL-E is going to be on the entertainment. Bug's Life, we don't see any Bug's Life. Like when Finding Nemo, we do have the human interaction. So Finding Nemo is leaning more towards the reality side. Whereas Bug's Life, I feel like, is on the entertainment side, as in, this actually happens. I mean, this is like entertainment or a movie that we could have watched. We also have Ratatouille, which I would say falls on the reality side. Brave, reality, no doubt in my mind about that. Luca, mythical beasts, monsters. Sea monsters. I mean, there are legends of sea monsters in our world, so that therefore technically could be a reality as well as a film. So it's kind of both there. Then we have The Incredibles. The Incredibles are no doubt in my mind the entertainment side. It is like us watching Avengers Endgame or any other superhero movies, X-Men, da. I even have a video that I talked about where Mr. Incredibles would in fact have been an X-Men if it was in the same reality. Anyway, Incredibles franchise, no doubt in my mind, is a movie or a comic book that Andy Riley would have read or watched. And we actually see a kid in Finding Nemo reading the comic book in the dentist's office of Incredibles. So that is happening at the same time in Australia. Okay. I would say Soul could potentially be the energy behind everything, creating this world in itself, this reality, but it also could be a movie, just like it is a movie for us. Turning Red, same thing. I think Turning Red is definitely just a film, not reality. And then we have Up, which is, well, let's go to Coco first. Coco, I could definitely see being an entertainment film that helps us learn more about the culture of Mexico and the Day of the Dead, which it does. Then we have Up, which I want to say Up is reality, but at the same time I want to say it's entertainment. It's kind of different. And then of course one of my favorite films, Ratatouille, which definitely is reality. I'm sure there's a restaurant out there with a guy making magic behind the counter is cooking with a rat pulling his hair. And then we have Monsters Inc., which definitely could have been a film about kids and monsters under the bed and, blah, blah, blah. But we do see some evidence to reality. And I actually made a video about this a while ago. We see the same poster in one of the rooms as the poster that Sid has in his bedroom. But then again, it also could be just advertising for other films or other merchandise or other things that are controlled by bigger corporations, as we do see in films in general. Yeah, how many times have you gone to see a movie and in a scene they go to a movie theater seeing another movie that you know actually exists? It's the same thing. So, Monsters Inc. entertainment. So to conclude this video, we are going to break down both sides of the Pixar universe. My Pixar universe concludes that Toy Story, Inside Out, Ratatouille, Finding Nemo / Finding Dory, Brave. I forgot about Good Dinosaur. Either way, Good Dinosaur would be reality. No, I think it would be kind of more of like a... Alright, let's backtrack here. Good Dinosaur would be more of an entertainment film, such as like Our Land Before Time to the Pixar universe. Good Dinosaur would be the Land Before Time. Yeah, let's do it that way. That makes a lot of sense. And we forgot about one of my favorite films, Onward, in which I actually had made a video years ago about Onward being a game of Dungeons and Dragons that Andy would have played. So we'll go with that theory right now, is that Onward is just a fantasy board game of Dungeons and Dragons version that Andy could have played with his friends, as well as a movie, because we now also have a Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out. It's actually out in theaters already. I have yet to see it, but I heard it's very good. Either way, not the topic I'm talking about right now. So yes, Onward is entertainment. Good Dinosaur is entertainment as well. So let's get back to reality. We have Toy Story. We have Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. We have Inside Out. We have Brave. We have Up. I'm going to put Up in the reality side, just because a few details we do see in the film that would transfer over, such as the Lotso teddy bear, which would put it in the same universe as Toy Story. And yeah, so Up is definitely going to be on the reality side. Then on the entertainment side, of course, we have Buzz Lightyear. We have Cars franchise. We have Wall-E, Turning Red, and The Good Dinosaur, and Soul, and of course The Incredibles and Luca are all going to be on the entertainment side, such as movies that the reality side would have seen. Oh, and I forgot of Bug's Life. Bug's Life is going to be the entertainment side as well as Onward. I can't even forget about Onward again. Anyway, so entertainment is going to be all those films, including Monsters Inc., which in the other theory would actually connect it to, whereas in my theory, they don't. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment down below your thoughts on my Pixar theory. If you think a film should be in reality, or you think a film should be in the entertainment side, please let me know, and maybe we can discuss this in the future and try to build upon this, especially with new movies coming out such as Elemental, and try to figure out where they lie on the reality side or the entertainment side of the Pixar universe. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Before you go, make sure you check out that video right here and that video down below. And make sure you go check out mythicalbeast.com and get yourself some dragon jerky. Save yourself 10% off your order by using coupon code FANDOM for a limited time only. And make sure you go check out my merch store down below. And I have a Patreon page too where I got content just for you. See you next time.